Warning, don't listen if it's a podcast you want. This is a Chumcast. Just your basic gabfest among chums. A little news, some entertainment, an annoying opinion or two, and, if you're lucky, maybe even a chuckle.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
So it's time to buckle up. Whetstone Entertainment, in association with Is Chill Productions, presents Don't Listen, a basic Chumcast. And here are your hosts, Big Red and the Shebs.
Remember, everyone, just don't be yourselves.
It's showtime.
DLC time.
Fire it up, Big Red, whatever.
Any kind of a curveball that I throw at you turns into drama.
Are you kidding me? You look at his chill. They're all freaking out back there.
Open up and swallow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs, and we are inside the Belmont Theater Studios today.
Belmont Theater.
Jesus, Louises.
Belmont Theater.
The times we had at that little bargain matinee theater.
Okay, why does this matter? This matters across the country, across the globe. You remember back in the 80s, there was always this kind of secondary, you had a series of secondary theaters.
And porno theaters.
This was above porno theaters.
It should have been porno. It would have been a fun little porno spot.
No, not really. But anyway, it's where, like, when new releases came out, like when Star Wars comes out, right, you go to these main theaters, right? Pay top dollar. But then they kind of would trickle down to these secondary theaters, but you'd only go see these cool movies if they were tied with something else, double features. So you only went for double features, right? And you paid, instead of paying $8, you paid $3 to see two, right? So this is a cheers. This is a nod to those secondary theaters that gave all of us in high school in the 1980s the ability to go see something for two movies for $3.
Yeah, and we had a couple of them. We had the Laurel Theater that was in San Carlos.
Laurel Theater it was the other one. Yeah, every kind of city had a secondary theater.
Right, and the Belmont Theater, I think one of my top besides the cheap ticket prices, one of my top memories there is the sticky floor. The floor remained sticky.
Was always sticky.
Always remained sticky, and I can also recall hearing beers being popped. You can hear beers being popped in the back row.
As soon as the lights went out,
and it was the back rows that filled up before the front rows.
Yeah, actually, I do remember that. I was such a fawn. I didn't think anything of it.
And then everybody thought it was cute to be underage and get your beer bottles, right? The people that had beer bottles would roll them all the way down the cement sticky floor.
Yeah.
You would hear the beer bottle go all during the quiet makeout tense scene or whatever it was. The beer bottle would roll all the way down to the screen.
I remember once where you heard a big crash and a gush, and it was soda coming down, and you go look around, you call all your mates, hey everybody, raise your feet. And this gush of soda just.
Was it always 3 movie theaters? Did they always or I can't remember.
Belmont I thought was had two theaters.
Or 2 theaters, right? It was always 2 theaters, and the screens were always about the size of my iPhone, right?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were always, but the concession stand was always pretty busy. It always had that nice popcorny smell. Yeah. They did, what was that crazy production they put on there?
Oh, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's where you went and saw it, yeah.
I went there because girls I had crushes on were in that.
Oh,
they were actually in that production, right? So
I had trouble staying up at midnight, so I did go, but I remember being, God, I'm tired.
Yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show didn't start until midnight.
Midnight. You had to go to the midnight showing.
Yeah, so I had to sneak out. out.
Oh, you couldn't go out beyond that?
No, I could not go out beyond.
See, I was a rule follower, so I could go and do anything I want as long as I just told them what I was going to do.
See, my parents were Nazis.
Really?
Yeah, dude, they were hardcore, man. They knew if I was going out at midnight, it was not going to end well.
I remember, but this is back in the day, Belmont Theater, again, to all these secondary theaters out there across the country where you got your friends from high school. We're going to meet down there. We're going to watch a movie, and we go down there to see a movie, and you didn't show up. And so it's fine. We're sitting. I'm trying to save you a seat and all that kind of stuff. And I save you a seat. And then during the movie, I get the usher walking through right down the middle, saying, Shebs, you got an emergency phone call?
Uh-oh.
Like, oh, no, something's wrong. I think something's wrong with
no.
my mom, my dad. So I go work my way out, rush down. They give me the phone, and it's Big Red.
Oh, I called you at the theater?
You called the theater, said, dude, I'm not going to make it.
What was the movie?
I don't remember.
See, it was probably some shitty movie I didn't want any part of.
I'm not going to. But you were very courteous to call. I said, he really called to tell me this? He got worked out of the movie, It's like.
Did I have like any kind of an excuse or?
No, he just said you weren't going to make it. I said, that's fine. I want to get back to the movie, so I hung up on you.
So were you in the movies by yourself?
No, there was a couple people.
Ivan Garcia?
I think probably Ivan was there. Yeah, just the normal crew.
Because, Ivan lived right
up the street
from the theater. And now that I'm thinking about it, they also had a bike rack out front of the movie theater.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. And you could not even worry about your bike being stolen. You didn't have to have, like a lock or any of that. You could just throw your bike up against that thing and no problem. You could spend the whole afternoon there watching movies at the Belmont Theater. The other great thing, what a great location, because the Belmont Bowl was right up the
one block away. Yeah.
But they didn't have very many video games at the Belmont Theater.
No, it was a very small place. No, it wasn't like these fancy theaters. I mean, you just go back to the 80s. I mean, again, you had your main theaters. All new releases came out. You went, you saw it, right? You paid your $8 or whatever, right? You saw one movie per ticket. Then then everything dropped down to these secondary theaters, Belmont being one of them. And it was like, you're going to go see, we're going to go see, this and that. And you're going to see a double feature.
Revenge of the Nerds. Or we're going to go see Perfect with Jamie Lee Curtis so she can do that little sexy dance for us.
There you go. We're going to go see Rollover with Jane Fonda.
Or we're going to go see Trading Places so we can see Jamie Lee Curtis's tits.
Yeah. But that's where you went to the Belmont for. So there you go.
Yeah, the Belmont Theater.
So this is cheers to all those secondary theaters. Think about it out there in Chumcast land, across the country. What theater was, that where you'd go in the 80s? It's just kind of like, let's go to get the $3 chuck and then and go see a double feature. There you go.
It's going to be a big show today. Coming up, we've got our 80s segment. More cowbell that's being brought to us by the Delicious Deli. We're going to talk about 80s rap. I know that's your specialty, Shebs.
I have no idea what to say.
So we're also getting into the DMs. Hollow will be coming up a little bit later. We've got a What the Fuck Power Poll also coming up a little bit later. The Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka. And right now, let's get into what happened on this day in history.
On this day in history!
On this day in history is being brought to you by Stickers Galore. And it was back on this day in 1949 that our boy, John Belushi, was born in Chicago, Illinois.
John Belushi.
His best friend and writing partner was, of course, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh.
I thought you would know that.
No.
I thought you would do your research. I always have high hopes for you, but you always leave me hanging.
Well, I did research, but I accidentally typed in Jim Belushi.
Jim and John, they're both good.
It starts with a J. So it's fine.
They're both good. So his chief writing partner was Dan Aykroyd, and they both starred in the initial first cast of
Saturday Night Live.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's right.
I was too scared to watch it though. It was on too late.
And it was at, this is kind of where it starts getting good with Belushi. So it was at SNL where this intense rivalry developed with none other than Cornelius.
Chevy Chase. Yeah.
Don't you remember we had the One Bad Mother segment on Cornelius?
Yeah.
We've got to call him Cornelius, and we've got to call Hemingway.
That Chevy Chase sounds like a dick.
What do we call Hemingway?
Ernestine.
See?
Yeah. I listen to this Chumcast.
So this big Belushi did not like Chevy Chase at all because Chevy Chase was seen as the most popular cast member at that time, and they got into it a lot.
You could be the most popular cast member. That doesn't mean people will hate you. You have to be a dick for people to hate you. I'm just saying.
I think there was some on both sides, and you can say dick or you can say ego. I think they both. John Belushi's career was very short. His career just went from 72 to 82.
Yeah.
That was it. And he was gone before we knew it.
I wasn't a Saturday Night Live guy until later.
Me neither. I wasn't really allowed to watch adult content.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was on too late. I like to sleep, et cetera, et cetera.
We were young.
I didn't want to get sleep deprivation. So, but Animal House, straight up, that's where it was like, okay, this guy's funny.
Right. Best known, John Belushi was best known for Saturday Night Live, Animal House, and the Blues Brothers. A couple of other movies that I could recommend was a comedy called 1942.
Oh, okay. Sure. I know that one.
And Neighbors.
I don't know that one.
That was with Dan Aykroyd. The interesting thing about Neighbors is he was so coked up. That was like one of the big... So SNL during the 70s was all cocaine. The 70s and 80s, that was just mounds and mounds and mounds of cocaine. And Neighbors, if you go to Blockbuster and you
go rent it
and you rent Neighbors, you can actually pick up on that. You can actually kind of see the freaking jolting and the weirdness and the ticks and the talks. You can kind of see that Belushi was freaking on it.
Yeah.
On it. That movie is called Neighbors. The other one that I mentioned was 1942.
1942, yeah.
Do you remember that one?
I remember that one. But I've only really saw it once and don't remember much about it. Except wasn't he like an aviator in that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I mean, it was okay.
Was it like Germany attacking Seattle or something like that?
I don't remember that. That's why I was asking you if you remember.
I don't remember.
So he started his own small comedy troupe in high school, and it had a terrible name, kind of like the Don't Listen Chumcast. It was called the West Compass Trio. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
That is such a great name.
Yeah, let's go with that one. That got him on stage at Second City. So they noticed him with this West Compass Trio. So bad. They must have been coked up when they named that, when they came up with the name too. But that was what got him on stage at Second City, because Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, and Chevy Chase, then, after seeing him at Second City, they were the ones who went to Lorne Michaels and said, you gotta get this Belushi kid. Chevy Chase Cornelius was part of that crew.
Interesting.
It is kind of interesting. And he ends up meeting Dan Aykroyd actually back in 74 in Toronto, a random trip to Toronto. And back in the mid 70s, Canada and Toronto was producing comedic talent like crazy. There was John Candy that came out of there.
Yeah.
There was all these different guys. That
Alan Thicke came out of Canada.
Alan Thicke, what was he doing in the 70s? Blow?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just saying, Alan Thicke came out of Canada.
He's not as good as John Candy.
No.
But he's comedic.
No, but Growing Pains was a classic.
What was that? Strange Brew came out of Canada.
Oh, there you go.
So Belushi got hired and fired a dozen times at Saturday Night Live. So he wasn't showing up for productions. He wasn't showing up for calls. He was showing up late. So they went out and, Lorne Michaels discovered a big mound of cocaine at Saturday Night Live in the studio there. And he was like, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, I might have a problem with this.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, you kind of caught me. I'm busted, right? So Lorne Michaels goes out and hires a guy I'll get to his name at some point, but he hires a guy to make sure that John Belushi is not doing any blow.
Oh, like a bodyguard.
Yeah, and I just heard an interview with David Spade, who came along in the 90s, much later Chris Rock and Adam Sandler and all that, and he refers to the bad blow that those guys were doing. So those guys were also doing cocaine, but it just wasn't as good as the stuff as Aykroyd and Belushi were doing, obviously. But it comes back to haunt him now, doesn't it? He gets tons of credit. John Belushi gets tons of credit for all the work that he did with John Landis on Animal House, your favorite.
Yeah.
That movie was made for just $2.8 million.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most profitable movies ever of all time.
Oh, okay.
And Belushi gets so much credit for that because he co-wrote many of those scenes with John Landis.
Okay.
Right? I don't know what happened to John Landis, but he was he was
he
the
was
shit.
over everything. He did a lot of the horror stuff later on and kind of pioneered a lot of stuff, and especially with Michael Jackson's Thriller. John Landis.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a nice little nugget.
He directed it. Yeah,
That's
American Werewolf in London, and then Michael Jackson saw that and then said, "Hey, do Thriller."
Wow, that's gold dust. That's gold.
Sheb's stupid knowledge right here on the DLC.
Yeah, there you go. So after all the trouble that Belushi was causing there at SNL, 1979, Belushi and Aykroyd, they decided to leave SNL together to film The Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Right. And oh, by the way,
I haven't seen that.
the first love of John Belushi was also in high school, and it was music.
Music, yeah.
And he produced a blues album that actually didn't go anywhere.
I knew of, like, he was also like kind of into the music side.
Yeah, that was his first kind of thing, but it didn't ever go anywhere, right? He did actually pay
Until the
Blues Brothers,
Shit,
right? Right. So the Blues Brothers, right? Only the only movie that Belushi did without Aykroyd. They were buddies, dude. They were like brothers. They did everything. They wrote together. They acted together. They sold these movies together. They did everything. The only movie that he didn't do with Aykroyd was called Continental Divide, and he was totally sober. Belushi was totally sober. It wasn't until they wrapped that movie that he had what is referred to in anything that you read, a completely massive, what do they call it when you fall back into drugs?
A relapse.
A massive relapse, right? So he was good, and then he went bad again. And Belushi's, this is another thing that doesn't get into the news very much or into the bio of Belushi. His drug habit caused him to have multiple health issues starting from the early 70s. And the cocaine had him by the schnuts, dude. It must have been great. I've never done cocaine, but it kind of makes me want to do it.
No,
until we get to the end of the story.
If I had a terminal disease, I would say, you know what, I want to try that.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
You know, it's kind of like thing, but until then.
Obviously, cocaine was everywhere. We've been through that. And the guy's name that they hired, I just remember this, Smokey Wendell was the name of the guy that they hired, that Lauren hired to try and keep Belushi sober.
That's not the guy who found him dead, was it?
No, that was a chick. That was a chick who found him. You just blew the freaking thing. I'm getting to that.
All right.
So, yeah, they just knew that he had a nasty habit and he was causing all kinds of problems. So he went on and did the Blues Brothers, which turned out to be a really great movie. But as the Shebs just blew, he overdosed at 33 at the hotel there in LA, the Chateau Marmont in LA. And that was with a speedball, right? So it was heroin and cocaine and all kinds of stuff blown up together, right? And
which we don't know anything about.
No, I don't know anything. It sounds horrible. Are you kidding me? A speedball. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and inhale that. No. But you can see where John Belushi was off the rails, right? He was a really creative guy. He was really talented, but he was also fucking a big pain in the ass. He was causing a big problem at SNL. He was causing a big problem for Cornelius. Chevy didn't like him.
Yeah.
Right? And he died in LA at 33.
That's it.
And that was what happened on this day in history back in 1949. And on this day in history...
1949?
1949.
Well, he was born.
Yes. He was born in 1949.
I understand. He didn't
segment.
die in 1949. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Do you want to edit that one out?
No, just keep it going.
Okay. So that's it. So yeah, we do. Stickers galore. That was brought to us by Stickers Galore.
Turn off, walk away, and don't look back.
Haters love this. This is how we party.
just a bunch of time we'll never get back. Don't listen.
Welcome back. It's the DLC, the Don't Listen Chumcast. I am Big Red. He's the Shebs.
I am.
And you got to stick around because holla, the DMs, they get very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to stick with interesting.
Okay.
And we have an 80s segment that we call More Cowbell. We're going to talk about 80s rap. But right now, we are going to get into the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka, which is being brought to you by Takashimi Sushi Restaurants.
Oh yeah, the booyah and the boom shakalaka.
Alrighty.
Rachel with the with crystal vase full of cards. Here you go. Here you go, Big Red. You pick.
Okay,
What do you
why
got?
don't we all just open, say, here we go. Oh, shit.
Now, just as a reminder, only Big Red and Rachel have seen the cards, the content of the cards, and they've pre-done some research, and he has things with notes and stuff like this, whatever based on whatever card is picked. And
Oh, shit.
and I have not. No one else has seen what's on these cards. So there you go.
Oh, shit. We're going to talk about fucking swearing, man.
Really?
Fucked up.
Ah, fudge!
Man,
Darn it!
man, this is the biggest damn mistake we ever made.
Ah, for Christ's sake!
So if people are listening to this, they're like, what the fuck is going on? There is a science and there is an actual history to swearing.
Okay.
And I thought, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Darn it!
So there's been more than a few studies by a lot of boring people, boring smart people have conducted these studies that have shown that, people, the more swearing you do, the more successful you are.
Really?
Yeah. And also what factors into that,
That explains my predicament.
it does. You should loosen up a little bit and use some fuck and use some shit and use some damn it.
Yeah.
You're not going to hell for swearing.
Okay. Yeah.
The other key ingredient is not only are they more successful, they do better in stressful situations if they're swearers.
Yeah.
And they suffer less from stress if you allow them to swear.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're stressed out, what do you do? Ah, fuck.
the frickin'
Jesus, motherfucker is on my ass again.
Laverne, you have a mouth like a sewer.
See? And that was the negative connotation that was back in the old days that comes along with swearing. But now I think it's a little bit more mainstream.
Yeah. Okay.
People were told, not to swear. The people who were told not to swear perform worse when they're in challenging situations. Now, don't you swear.
Okay.
Well, it kind of puts you on the hot seat. You feel a little bit stressed out, right? So you're not going to perform as well if someone says you can't, be yourself. Shit.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Cool, man. Oh, yeah, you got some good makeup. You got some good, I'm not swearing, but I'm going to come close. What are those things called? Synonyms, antonyms?
I don't know. Something nims. Yeah.
What was that? Oh,
son of a biscuit eater.
son of a biscuit. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Science has found links between profanity and honesty. Fart,
Yeah.
which I don't consider profanity.
No.
But back in the day, they did consider that profanity.
Are you kidding me? They consider showing two people sleeping in the same bed profanity.
Fart is actually, the history here, fart is actually the oldest rude word that we know of.
Really?
They date it back to 1250. You go back 800 years, you let one rip, and everybody around you is saying that's a fart.
Okay. There you go. Fart. Which all guys think's funny. All girls think is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Any
the girls are kind of a little bit because girls
I know.
fart too. Girls fart too.
They do. And, and I've seen a couple through this Chumcast. Some people, we've talked about farts before, and some people say, well, I think farts are funny. Some girls that have responded.
I think
That's
some
cool.
girls think that farts are sexy.
Really? Really?
No, I'm lying. I just threw that out to see what kind of reaction I would get from you.
What they like to have a little
I mean,
little sleeping together, have a little Dutch oven type thing. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Dutch oven. That makes no sense either. Dutch.
Yeah, why did the Dutch
oven? Why would you even call it that?
Yeah, why isn't it a Swedish oven?
In more ridiculous studies, it turns out that those who have recorded.
What are you doing? Thinking about a fart? The screen door classic.
Those who recorded, okay, they did this study where they had these people fart, and the ones who recorded the most farts had the highest IQs.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It's an actual study that they did.
So only idiots take gas X, right? Reduce the gas.
I don't know. I just want to meet the people who did these studies. I mean, can you imagine? Big Red and the Shebs. We're going to put you guys in charge. We're going to pay you guys $800,000.
Yeah.
We've got all this funding from the federales.
Yeah.
And you guys get to conduct this fart research.
Oh, nice.
Would you jump at that opportunity?
Hell yeah, I would jump at that opportunity.
Oh, yeah. The film MASH in 1970 was the first mainstream film to ever feature the word fuck. And they did it so well. They did it at the football game. This is the movie.
Yeah.
The movie MASH.
Yeah. Before the TV series MASH.
And they did it so subtly and so well. They did it at a football game. In passing, some guy leaves the game saying fuck. So they didn't make it like the central theme of the scene or anything like that, right? 1970. That was the first time. The movie MASH.
All right. Fudge.
Let's see. Swearing can reduce social and physical pain. Do you buy that?
Yeah, I think it's a good release.
Oh, shit. I think I just hurt my knee.
Yeah, it feels good sometimes. Yeah, just to express yourself.
Yeah, you got to let it go.
Yeah.
It can improve social connections. Right?
Oh, yeah.
People kind of let go of their inhibitions if someone's swearing.
Yeah, you totally yelled at me today.
Oh, shit. I remember that.
Yeah, see? Yeah, it felt good. It felt good that you swore at me.
So it can strengthen social connections, and they certainly command more attention.
Yeah.
Like what I was telling you. Like, you can say fudge, and I can say fuck, but I'm going to get more attention for fuck than you're going to get for fudge.
Especially when you say it to your kids. Oh, they totally pay attention once you say the...
So here's the story. I always knew as a little kid, my parents never swore.
Yeah.
I always knew when I was in trouble, my dad or my mom would let something go. And they were so pissed. It wasn't on purpose. Like, they didn't script it.
Yeah.
They just were so pissed off at me. They were like, my dad would be like, you're going to have to stop this bullshit. And I knew I was in trouble. Like, I knew
it escalated.
It was the eye contact in combination with the word, the 4-letter word. Shit.
Yeah, okay.
Better cut this shit out, kid.
My parents never swore.
Never.
But you knew when my mother got the wooden spoon.
Oh no!
That's when you knew. Okay, we've hit kind of the we've bought. I remember the first time I accidentally swore in front of my parents.
Was it the F word?
It was fucker.
Whoa! You went big.
I went fucker. It was 1976 bicentennial year. Auntie Brenda's house in San Carlos. God. Fireworks galore.
Oh my God!
My cousin Andy lit a M80 right next to me, my snow cone thing, and I said, Andy, you fucker. And of course, I came out wrong. Of course, I didn't mean to say that. Of course, then my father pulled me aside and just said, dude, don't say it.
Your dad was pretty cool, right?
Oh, he was totally cool about it.
He was all mellow.
Because he knew I got it. I said, that's a slipper. That's a slip of the tongue.
Well, good or bad, there are swear words. Swear words are the same in all languages. Right?
Oh, so
all around the world, fuck is fuck. All around the world, shit is shit.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So I love. We had a wonderful neighbors next to us, down the street from us that were all family friends. From Germany, and so I remember my brother learning shit in German. It was Scheisse, right? Scheiss, right? Scheiss or something like that. So he would say Scheiss all the time. He would say, no, that's yeah, no.
That's Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
From Heathers.
So what about Scheiss?
Well, my brother would start saying that, or my mom, and she didn't understand that was German for shit. So my brother started trying to use other words, and
the point is it's universal. Like if you meet somebody in Chinese, they'll say, "I joined guys, fuck." Right? They will do that.
Okay, there you go.
They will do that in Germany too. Fuck.
Okay.
But I guess this research could be incorrect.
No, I think it's pretty good. I think the Germans know what shit means too.
We don't know who conducted this
Rachel
research.
did it. She's doing it with you.
And she's not even in the studio right now. She left while we're doing this. It's all
She's not.
fiction.
She's right. No. She's Eric. No.
So the bottom line, we got to get through this. The bottom line of this whole thing is swearing through time has lost a little bit of its power, and it's become more socially acceptable and more prevalent. Media and film has led the way in this change. It's kind of lost its offensiveness because since like 1970 and MASH, when they were the first ones to use the F word in the film, now they all use it because it gets them more
ratings,
attention. You'd be terrible on password.
Yeah, I don't know.
God. All right, that was the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka, and it was brought to you by our friends at Takahami Sushi Restaurants.
The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
This is f***ing treason. Don't listen.
People, are you ready? Are you ready?
Just a bunch of time. We'll never get back. Don't listen.
Oh, yeah. Time to open up and swallow. It is the Don't Listen Chumcast. We're referring to ourselves now as the DLC because we're down like that.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, we're going to talk about 80s rap.
80s rap, DLC.
That's coming up in a little. I know you were not into 80s rap back in the 80s.
Not even close.
Not even into Sir Mix-a-Lot. You weren't into any of it.
I might have a little bit of knowledge about Run DMC with Aerosmith, but that's for me, I kind of saw that in the 90s. So
yeah, you're like a white boy all the way through.
I'm stupid. I'm just stupid.
Even though there's no color in rap.
I know.
There's no color in rock and roll. Music is no color.
I know.
Who cares about the color of your skin?
Nobody.
But I will say that when rap came out in the 80s, people didn't know what to do with it. A lot of people just didn't kind of really know what to do with it. Anyway, that's coming up.
That's coming up. Why are we talking about
it's coming
this
up a little bit later. You're gonna thank the guys from
we got
the production group here.
There's a sign being held up to acknowledge them.
Annoying as fuck.
Who the hell made that sign? Jesus. All right. In the back, we'll start from the back and move forward. Michael and Doug from Whetstone Entertainment. Thank you guys. And of course, we got Evan, Ryan, Daniel, Eric, Marcio, and then closest to you, Big Red?
Rachel. Dude, get rid of the sign. That is stupid. You're not pinning it up on. They're not pinning it up on the wall.
They're laughing at you.
Get it out.
By the way, we keep getting.
They left. They're gone.
You keep getting. We keep getting messages about Is Chill. Everybody wants an Ask Is Chill segment. Who are these Is Chill kids?
I don't care.
Millennials.
We got business to handle.
Okay.
We got a power poll.
We do. Should we announce that it's official?
Well, it's the What the Fuck Power Poll, and it's being brought to you by the Puritan Vegan Outlet.
What the Power Poll?
All right, let's take a look at this. Let's open up
Power Poll
and swallow.
All right.
It's the DLC, and it's the WTF, and it's the LOL, and it's the OMG. No. It's the What the Fuck Power Poll, and you go to the website.
right? And they're on the menu.
What
the fuck power pole? WTF power pole? You just click on that.
Yeah, but it's at don'tlistenchumcast.com.
That's correct. That's good. Right? You have to go to the website.
And if they want to contact us, they can hit the contact tab at don'tlistenchumcast.com. They can contact us there.
Send us notes.
Right? We also would love it if they would subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of good content there.
Don't Listen Chumcast.
Yep.
And what am I missing?
Facebook.
Which is Don't Listen Chumcast.
That's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we got
thing.
that all out of the way. And the power poll today, after all of this crap,
drum roll please,
is swearing an important strategy for getting your dick wet? I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Really? They're gonna type that in?
I'm just kidding. Is swearing an important strategy for getting your point across?
Okay.
That's going to be the power poll.
Say yes or no. Piece of cake.
Yeah, no, piece of cake. And that was the WTF, the what the fuck power poll. We just did a thing on swearing.
Yeah,
and
we'll post the result. These guys have been really behind on posting results, the polls on Facebook, but we'll do that. We're gonna make sure they do that.
Oh, why would you put yourself on the spot like that? Now your expectations are through the roof.
I've just
the whole key to this show is it's about nothing and there's no expectations.
I think Eric just gave me the bird.
Yeah, you deserve it. So let's get into more cowbell. Is that where? Yeah, we're into more cowbell. This is our 80s segment, and it's brought to you by the Delicious Deli.
More cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right. Let's see what we got here. More cowbell. We're going back to the 80s. God damn it.
Yes.
We have the license to swear. Because we did
this
a segment
this
on
whole
swearing.
episode now.
We wanted to bring more attention to it, right? We got to use that.
Okay, I'll swear.
You're
ball sweat.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work?
No.
Ball sweat's a swear word.
No, it's not. It doesn't.
Is it profanity?
It's not even ranked up there with fart.
Scrotum?
No. Those are body parts. God, thank God you've never been on a game show, dude. You would be the worst. So let's do more cowbell. We're talking about 80s rap. And I can remember, I can barely remember the 80s, but I can definitely remember when rap started picking up steam. In fact, it's like this. When it hit the mainstream in the 80s, we really didn't know what to think. I mean, really, what is this? Like, we were thinking to ourselves, what is this stuff? I don't know, but I kind of like it. That was my feeling. I don't really know what this is yet, but I kind of like it.
See, I knew what it was, and it wasn't my gig. It wasn't. I'm musical, so I need some.
Oh yeah, you need some sophistication. Is what you're trying to say.
It wasn't. Again, I understood it. I understand about the lyrics and the messaging and the stories, but it just wasn't.
Well, it gained momentum. And it got into the mainstream, and it forged its way into the forefront of every 80s teenager's mixed tapes.
Mixtape, yeah.
It was definitely a big. I know you were not a big mixtape guy. I was huge mixtape guy. Luke Skywalker and the 2 Live Crew. You've never heard of them? You missed out. You need to go onto YouTube and listen to it and see if you don't smile. See if you don't smile when you're listening to Luke Skywalker and the 2 Live Crew. It is great.
That's one group?
That is one group.
I thought it was 2 Live Crew. I've heard of 2 Live Crew, but where did Luke Skywalker go?
He's the dude. Oh, I think I don't know. I don't know where he went, but they were great. They were great. And it was Sir Mix-a-Lot was also really good.
Again, I know the names, but
NWA, Rob Bass, DJ Easy Rock was also huge. I know you've heard of Run DMC.
Yeah, absolutely. With Aerosmith, yeah.
How about Kid and Play?
I've heard of them. The guy with the big hair afro, right?
Salt and Pepper?
Absolutely.
I
recognize the songs, but I couldn't tell you.
Oh my God, they were great. Yeah. And then the white boys from New York, from Brooklyn came around. The Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys, yeah.
Right? And of course, Public Enemy. The list of these bands that were busting onto the 80s, this rap scene was endless. It was fresh and it was fun. And it was actually a great change of pace. It couldn't have come in at a better time. But honestly, it took a long ass time for rap to hit the mainstream.
Yeah.
If MTV had not embraced it, had not commercialized it, we may still be actually waiting on it.
Yeah.
MTV had huge power in the 80s.
In the 80s, right? And it didn't. What was it? Aerosmith that triggered kind of with Run DMC, or did it start before that?
Well, the real pioneers were the Sugar Hill Gang,
Yeah.
The Funky 4+1, and they were the guys who were the pioneers for Run DMC. All those rap bands that we just named.
I get that, but to push over the barrier through onto MTV,
it was that Run DMC Aerosmith crossover video.
So it had to be the crossover. Then it opened everything up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was what crossed it over. And music, but the bottom line to this segment really is we grew up in the Bay Area, a very diverse area. We have people from all kinds of countries and cultures that have landed here. Music should never be about it's never been about the color of the skin.
Yeah.
Right? It's always been about how it makes you feel. And rap had a certain kind of feel to it that none of us will ever be able to forget.
There's certain,
80s rap. I know it's hard. You have like a grimace. You have like this grimace
I'm
going.
just saying, we've talked about cruising El Camino. We talked about when you're going out on a Friday night, Saturday night, people blasting stuff.
Dude.
Just depends on what you heard, right?
Yeah, dude. And that was where the bass kind of came in, where people were coming to school with ghetto blasters. They had the ghetto blasters. Yeah, dude, I was all into that. Yeah. And when you were buying your car stereo, you had to make sure that you had deep bass. You had to make sure that you had an equalizer. You had to have all that, and that was all kind of based around based around. Did you get that?
Oh, that's very clever.
Based around the bass that was coming from Run DMC, who, by the way, I mean, they blew up, dude. I just loved them. And Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, God. You got to let it go, dude.
No.
You got to let it go.
Just wasn't my gig.
We're not going to hold it against you. Everybody's got their own stuff. Spandau Ballet was your thing.
I know the artists.
John Denver.
John Denver's cool.
Lionel Richie.
Anybody on the Muppets is cool.
Lionel Richie was your thing.
No, he wasn't. Well, Dancing on the Ceiling, maybe. It's about
Dancing on the Ceiling.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, that's enough. That was more cowbell and our 80s segment, and it was brought to you by our friends at the Delicious Deli.
The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
This ain't nothing but a loud ass cry for help. Don't listen.
Three, two, one, jump.
Don't fucking listen.
Yeah, buddy. Open up and swallow. It is the DLC, the Don't Listen Chumcast. We're going to wrap things up here on this historic day. Have you noticed how they're overusing the word history? Oh, this is a historical moment. Oh, this is history. For the first time in history, they're doing that a lot. I think we should kind of join that trend. Oh. So for the first time in history, we're going to see who gets to the bathroom first after the show.
Yes, and the food has just arrived from
the sandwich spot.
There it is. Yeah. Oh! These are sandwiches today. I thought it might be Fernando's again, but no. Or Village Host Pizza from last episode.
Dude, that stuff goes quick. The Village Host pizza goes quick.
Because we went out to Village Host the other episode, so there you go.
Okay, so let's get into Holla. And Holla is being brought to you by, let's see. Oh, by Go-Car.
Hey, Go-Car, the cure for the common tour.
And Holla was very interesting. We really got a lot of communication, both on Facebook. And by the way, before we get into this, contact us. We get a big kick out of this.
Yeah.
For every show, all of the messages get read. We just only have a limited amount of time to go through this at the end of the show. But hit us up.
And thank you, though. I mean, it's actually
fun.
Really nice that from the emails, from all the DMs, responses, it's really nice. Really cool.
Yeah. So you can hit us up at don'tlistenchumcast.com. That's our website, and just hit contact and let us know what you're thinking. You can sponsor us there, sponsor a very cheap segment, or you can also just make a donation to the show so we can go out and get hookers and blow.
There you go.
That's the most important. And an extra large, extra cheesy, extra pepperoni, extra, what is that, tomato?
No, you get, if you go to Village Host, get a large.
Large, yeah.
Right, pepperoni, sausage, tomato,
yeah,
with extra cheese, extra sauce.
And that comes from the donations.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
So they can donate. They can also subscribe on YouTube. Don't listen Chumcast.
Yep.
Follow us on Facebook.
Don't listen Chumcast.
Okay, and now let's get into
what do you got?
Some of these DMs are ridiculous. So this time around, it kind of took a little bit of time to. There was some controversy going on, and there was also some foul language going on. But most of it was airable. I felt like all of it's airable, but again, we have to go through the whole filter situation with this. So Teddy T is in Idaho, and he says insecurity, sleep deprivation, and people pleasers. Really? These are pretty great topics, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's why I love the Chumcast. Oh, and you guys rule. I am on the sponsor list. So, we offer a sponsor list, for people when we have a wait list. So Teddy T is on there. But if this is a fake name, we're not going to be able to connect the dots, right? If Teddy T in Idaho is, we don't know what the business, we don't know any of that stuff. So we don't know. Darlene in Redwood City. Top drugs list. Remember, was that season 1?
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
So that's the thing with podcasts, right? People just get onto it when they get onto it, and it's etched in stone, and they can go back to the website or they can go to YouTube.
Yeah, the one I have looks to be from season 1 as well. Comment from season 1. People are making the way through.
Right, so they can make their way. They can binge it and just kind of get through. So
got to roll with the topics.
I had forgotten that we even did a top drugs list.
Yeah, you were on everything in high school.
But listen to Darlene here. She says, top drugs list caught my attention. I've taken them all multiple times and have suffered all of those setbacks and all of the side effects that you mentioned on the Chumcast. Sober now for a decade.
Okay.
I know. And she says, thanks for the education.
I know a Darlene who listens.
Redwood City.
Yeah, but that's not her.
No,
it's not her.
You don't know. You don't know that for a fact.
I'm just saying.
You don't know that for a fact.
All right, Paul in Belmont. Thank you, buddy. Kenny Loggins reminds me of Top Gun and Footloose. I think that's a season 1 thing. We did Kenny Loggins soundtrack of America.
Kenny Loggins was the man in the 80s.
Yeah.
He was the soundtrack king.
But thank you, Captain Obvious. Kenny Loggins, Top Gun and Footloose. Yeah, okay. Great. Nice one. But thank you for participating, Paul.
Yeah, and Paul, you're not alone. People do love Kenny Loggins and his mullet.
He was the soundtrack to the 80s movies, man. Seriously.
Yeah, they don't talk about him a lot, but people do love him.
He was also
the king of the mullet and the beard.
Yes, but he was also in We Are the World. He was also participating in that too. So he had some street cred.
Very talented guy. Brian in Lisbon. Do you know where Lisbon is?
Lisbon, U.S. or Portugal?
Portugal.
All right.
International style. We're going big time.
You know what? This is fine. Is that the farthest we've gotten? We've had Canada before.
I don't think he likes us. Abortion topic is overdone, especially when dudes talk about it. It's better when you guys discuss Adam Sandler or Ernestine Hemingway. He didn't say Ernestine. He just said Hemingway.
Yeah.
But I had to throw that.
You threw that in? Okay, that's important safety.
Because that's our girl. I mean, that's our boy. Ernestine.
That's our girl. That's our boy.
Ernestine. But he does love this. He does love the show. He didn't say that, but I think he does. And he says he wants us to stay in our lane. He ended his little thing with Hemingway and stay in your lane. He does not want us talking about abortion.
Jesus.
He doesn't realize that I got pregnant and had like 3 abortions in a past
life. And as a guy, that's a pretty good achievement.
I was abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
I came back as a female and I was a slut and I got pregnant a whole bunch of times and I just got addicted to having abortions.
All right. That's interesting. I got Lauren from Oregon, no city listed here. Basically says, I ran into you on Radio Road.
No, you didn't.
That's what Lauren says.
Nope.
I only know one Lauren.
And I didn't. I ran
Lauren,
into.
There's a Lauren that we know. Is he in Oregon?
Yeah.
That can't be him though.
Yeah,
he doesn't listen to us.
He was. Lauren was a Radio Road hook whore.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was there every time. He was there when there was no party there. He was there building his own bonfire and hanging out with the freaking ducks.
I actually remember this one because I remember the big debates we had of the graphic for Radio Road, and there was a picture of the radio towers, and does that mean anything, etc. That was end of season 1, the last episode 12, season 1.
Seems like
Radio Road,
a decade ago.
Lauren, playing a little catch up out there, aren't you?
Seems like a lifetime ago.
It does. There you go.
Let's get to the last one. Ugh is from Paintown.
Paintown?
This one can't be good.
What is a Paintown?
I don't know. These people, they do the thing. Okay. So this is, I don't know when this was. The Are We in Heaven segment. Like, remember when we talked about heaven on earth?
Yeah, I remember
Whether or not this was heaven on earth. Could we actually be existing today? There's no dying and going to heaven. It's actually now our consciousness. I remember that. He thought that Ugg from Paintown says the Are We in Heaven segment was quite interesting, and it's possible. Always look forward to the Chumcasts. It keeps me on my toes with your diverse, mostly crazy topics.
Paintown. Where is that?
I don't know. Dude, people don't want to give their true identities anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want us tracking them down and asking them for money and begging for donations.
Yeah.
You know, all that bullshit that we...
Oh, you swore. Not good. Not good at all. Fudge.
We just did a bit about how swearing is good.
Dude.
It's a positive.
Talk about tying segments together.
It gets more attention. So anyway, that does it for the Chumcast. Until next time, we want you to stay safe out there. We don't want you to cause any problems. We definitely don't want to bail you out of jail.
Be something positive in life, please.
Yeah. Get it together.
Yeah.
And we'll see you the next time, okay? Just stay out of jail. If you're feeling overwhelmed and depressed, call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 866-903-3787. And remember that everything we want is on the other side of fear.
Bye, Felicia.
Don't listen. A Basic Chumcast has been an exclusive presentation of Whetstone Entertainment in association with Is Chill Productions. Subscribe, follow, like, and share us while on your favorite social media hangouts and our YouTube channel. We're not into begging, but if you like us, review us and support us by continuing to check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Find more fun and hit us with your feedback at don'tlistenchumcast.com.
Yeah, that's fantastic.